Welcome back to Texas, here on Double Clutch. Today, Carl and his team are finding and solving more issues on the 1955 Buick Special. Let's have a look.
I'm back on the lathe today, machining a tool to press a bearing in and out of the transmission case. It's called a ring gear bearing. All of our press tools were not large enough to do this, so I had to make one so we could move on with the build of the Dynaflow. We have our press tool, perfect fit. Found another area on the other side of the car on the back of the rocker panel. They did the same thing here they did on the other side. You can see from the back side we took the rubber plugs out of the body and we could see Bondo squeezed through a rust hole in this area. And you can see on the outside there was a little bubble. Look how easy it goes through. This is all Bondo. So what we're going to do here, just like the other side, we're going to cut this area out and replace this. The rest of it's in good shape. We can see all the way through the rocker panels with a flashlight now. The rest of it looks good. We'll chemically treat the backside with a product to stop the rust any further. Cut this piece out, repair it, and move on.
Earlier in the week, we cut the pre-existing rust that was in the spare tire carrier back here in the trunk out. We then decided that it was time to take the parts car one and cut it out to fit. Once we cut it out to fit, we placed it back into the spare tire carrier underneath here, as you can see. We cut out until we got into the bare metal, the metal where it was no longer rusted, and we took the spare tire patch panel out of our parts car and cut it to fit. Now we are slowly starting to graft it back into place. This is thin metal, so you have to turn your welder down pretty far to get it to weld correctly. We'll address the rust and finish it out properly, and we will also install the factory grommets that go back in here for the drains, so that if it ever does get water back in here, it will no longer rust like our original one did. Once it's welded, we will finish it out by sanding it. We will metal treat this, and it will get coated with correct material, and it'll be painted and ready to go. All right, we're about ready to weld this dude up, and here we go. You can only tack this thing a little bit at a time, because if you tack it too much or if you get it too hot, it will just burn right through the metal. So we're just doing a little bit at a time, letting the metal heat and cool, heat and cool. All right, that's tacked in place. We'll finish this dude up.
That's all we have for you today on Double Clutch. Be sure to come back next week for another great segment.